Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to BYB Tactical, and today we are going to talk about Apex Trigger. Now this is part of the series for the MMP custom build modifications or whatnot. I had mentioned how I'm changing my MP40 to an MP9 essentially by putting in a drop-in barrel. So last week I talked about faxing barrels. I had bought the Chameleon fluted one, which is this one right here. So if you can't, there you go. So again, if you didn't catch that video, I'm gonna put the link up right here. Definitely check it out. I think Faxon is kind of like one of the superior brands when it comes to dropping MMP barrels. Now, I just want to touch base on one thing that I did fail to mention in the last video about the drop-in barrel when trying to convert from 40 cal to 9mm. So, the 40 cal barrel does have a pretty much like wider railing right here. Let me see if I can narrow that in. But it's a very small, thin hair, wider. So it does fit perfectly in here. So if you can see with the Faxon barrel that I have in, I guess you really can't. There you go. There's like a hair thin, kind of like break in between the slide. Now, I've gone through multiple forums, I've talked to multiple people, I've gone on multiple Facebook groups. They have all done it. I just want to let you know what are the things you should be cautioned about. So, Faxon, first of all, it does void the warranty on the barrel if you do the route that I'm doing in terms of changing your MP40 to an MP9. Just because they find it dangerous because you're not, fitting it with apples to apples. But however, Smith & Wesson has confirmed that you can get an O&M barrel from Smith & Wesson for the MP9 and drop it into the MP40, and it doesn't matter. The margin, that I'm comparing it with Faxon is the same size as the O&M barrel from Smith & Wesson MP9. So all I'm saying is they're pretty much the same thing. So yeah, Faxon's pretty much just covering their ass in terms of saying that. But I just want to clarify that for anybody that's kind of wondering how that would work or whatnot. So again, today's video talking about Apex Trigger was the second modification that I've done to my firearm, or actually third if you count the serial coating and the milling. So here is the Apex Trigger. Now, I'm not a big fan of like doing unboxing videos. I'm not a big fan of watching unboxing videos, so I didn't do one. I also didn't do a video on putting this together, but I'll tell you right now, if you're scared to try this out and put in the trigger yourself, it's really not that difficult. Honestly, just go to Apex Trigger and they literally have a step-by-step on how to take off the old trigger and put in the new one. And I'm telling you right now, what a difference. Now, I know a lot of this Apex Trigger, to be specific, I do have the front flat-faced one, so there's two kinds, but I know a lot of guys have like that trigger pull so you can see how many poundage is on the trigger and whatnot. Honestly, I don't have that. I don't have the luxury of buying something like that. And this is pretty much the first trigger upgrade I've ever done. I really don't have a need for that tool. But if I could give my own opinion on this trigger, just by feel, what a big difference. Now, the OM trigger that came with the Smith & Wesson already was good. Only thing I didn't like is that it was very curved. I like flat face. If you see my past videos, I've talked about my P320. I changed the factory one to a flat face just because I like the flat face feel of it better. I don't know how to explain it. If you've tried it or if you felt it, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, try it out. I mean, even just something you get. You don't have to buy this one. Now, when I bought this one at the moment, which is 2-3 weeks ago, it was $170. And that's because it came with the spring and it came with the guts and whatnot. If you're not into that and you just want the front face, you could buy it. I'm not too sure what the price is, but I think it's like $50-$60. So I mean, it's not gonna hurt you. Try it out. But yeah, so here's the trigger, like I mentioned, which I had to get purple because I had to match it with obviously my magazine, and I do have I bought this back plate. I thought it was pretty cool. It was only like $20. Here, check that out. Let's see if you could focus that in. There you go. So yeah, it's pretty much love with like the letters and firearms or whatnot. Now I will say, I know I just pointed the firearm back at myself. It's the only way I could have gotten it focused, but we are being gun safe. There is a magazine in, but there is no ammo. Only reason why I have a magazine is because when I want to pretty much dry fry and check out the trigger, I need to have a magazine there. This was a police trade-in, so if you don't know about Smith & Wesson's MP40 Gen 1, that were police trade-ins, they did have kind of like internals to where in order for you to break down the firearm, you had to take the magazine out, and there's a little pivot pin in the inside you have to bring down. There's videos about that, you can check that out. But anyways, so let's talk about the trigger, you know, how much better it is. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to use my pinky to pull on the trigger. And if you haven't seen my video on Floyd's Custom Shop, I'm going to put it up right here. Check it out. I did talk about how they did mill out my slide. They did the windows for me, and they pretty much did my RMR cut. The only reason why I'm bringing up Floyd's Custom Shop right now is because I really didn't notice how lighter and easier it is to, you know, cock my firearm when it being thinner, or not thinner, lighter, I would say. It's crazy. So let me just show you. So for the sake of this video, I'm gonna use only one hand to pretty much cock it, like I'm doing right now, and then pull the trigger. So here you go. There's my, oh sorry, little pinky, right? So there's my pinky, right? Now I'm gonna cock it again. Now look how I'm doing that with one finger. Yeah, I'm using the RMR, which you can't do this, guys, if you do have, or not an RMR, but a red dot. If you have a red dot, these are meant to be put through the test, so you can always use it for this. You can use it on your belt buckle or anything like that. So like I'm pulling it. All right, let me do it one more time. So there's the trigger. I mean, it's really light. If I'm not mistaken, I think they say that it is 3 pounds, which the O&M trigger was like 5 or 6 pounds. So you're already like knocking that off by half. And I think the only reason why you're knocking it out by half is for the poundage is just how it's positioned in your internals. It's more pretty much not cocked back. I don't know how to say the right word, but it's pretty much already. There's less travel. There's less travel in terms of for the trigger. So I haven't hit the wall yet. I'm at the wall right now, right? So let me show you. So that's the wall. Try and get it. There you go. That's the wall. Boom. That's it, right? Now let's do that one more time. Now let's go back to reposition. That's all, and you're back. I mean, it is literally, if anything, a squeeze away, and you're back in, you know, fighting action. You know, the trigger pull on this is just terrific. I don't know. It's just so much better. I don't know how to. I don't have actual specs and whatnot. Like I said, I don't have the machinery, but just off feel, I know for a fact this bad boy is gonna be firing hella rounds. I mean, this is now my favorite carry gun every day. But yeah, so just another quick look on the Apex trigger. Again, when I bought this, which was 2 weeks ago, so what today's January 2021. So about 2 weeks ago I bought this, and it was $167, and obviously shipping and whatnot. But I mean, it just really, and the fact that I got purple just really completes the whole look, the chameleon look, the magazine. And again, if you haven't tried out or you haven't checked out where I did all this work from, I did post videos in the past, and obviously throughout this video I'm gonna put links up. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you today. Please, before you go, like and subscribe and hit the bell at the bottom so you get notifications for future videos, and check out my past videos so you can see the work I did with my MP40 to MP9 Gen 1. And until next time, guys.